How do you know what your destiny is or what God is calling you to do? Do you get still? Do you get quiet? Do you just feel it? What do you do? Because I think a lot of
Yeah.
people have a hard time making decisions.
I know. So a lot of people say, like, I can't hear it. I don't know. I do. Even in the loud, chaotic noise, you hear the whisper. Because
Yeah, that's
generally it's counterintuitive of the things you're doing. It's like it keeps calling. It keeps, you see it. It comes in different forms. Like you see a vision of it. And generally it's impacting others, right? It has some connection of impact in some way, right? It can be, it's bottled up in the form of jewelry or bags and accessory, but the under message is get people my message,
serving
in
other
this.
people. Yeah,
Exactly. Or it comes in the form of beautiful skincare, but the skincare is healing from skin actually to soul. So like when something is whispering quietly that is called to touch and impact, then I feel that it's my destiny. And then I know it's hard. And I'm like, oh no, it's totally opposite what I'm doing. And it looks really hard. And it's another thing on the checklist. Like, how am I going to do it? And so what I ask God is just give me 1 millimeter movement. And I
that's
learned that
great.
from jewelry. It's a beautiful thing. The millimeter is the smallest measurement on a ruler. And I realized I actually have this here because I was drawing. So this is a large believe bracelet if you're watching. And this is a more daintier design, same bracelet, different millimeter. 1 millimeter up creates a bold, dramatic, dynamic look. 1 millimeter down creates a dainty, classic look. It is impactful in everything, the millimeter, the smallest movement. And the way I answer God is like, okay, give me the millimeter to do what you asked me to do. I don't think in the big task because I don't know if I could be able to achieve it if I just really try to move to the biggest thing. So I say, okay, God, what's one small thing I can do? And I take actions 1 millimeter at a time, and I'm not in a rush. I've decided as long as God gives me a beating heart, then I will have the ability to move in these small movements. But the power of the millimeter is it becomes drastic changing of action when you do 1 millimeter at a time. And it also allows me to stay in peace that surpasses understanding.
That's important.
Because if you don't have peace, then the message of impact gets diluted. And then that's when the worry sets in. And then what God is asking you to do gets all distort. So when I take the smallest millimeter, I'm asking God to allow me to do this in peace. So whatever challenges are going to come in that millimeter action, I'm able to handle them. And so all these things that you listed, I'm doing 1 millimeter at a time. And yes, I have big dreams to accomplish in each of them. I pray that I get there as I live, but I know that my actions will slowly make impact. And that's all I'm trying to accomplish is the small impact that God's asking me to do.
Leah has taught me so much over our years together, and that not being in a rush and trusting the Lord for it, definitely big parts of it. We started a couple years ago doing vision boards together,
Yes.
and it's like people say vision boards and all that kind of stuff, but it was kind of like just like a brain dump of the things that we
Yes.
wanted to see God do in our lives, and goals and dreams and dreaming big, and what's the color, what's the feel, not just like I want to, open a school, but what are they wearing? What's
Yes.
the color of the sky? What's the ground? Like really making it very specific. It's been such a wonderful piece of our time together. This podcast was on there
Yeah.
year and a half, 2 years ago, right? This podcast was on there, and then look where it is. And I also feel like that's a time to be still and allow the Lord to talk to you, because he'll put, and the Holy Spirit will put into your brain at that time through your senses, through your sense of touch while you're writing something down, and your sense of sight and the colors. We use colored pens, and the companionship of another person doing it with somebody else. The Lord will speak through all of your five senses. Four senses? How many senses do we have? Taste, High five.
touch.
See, people are like, "You're not a doctor," and I was like, "You're right. I am not a
Exactly.
doctor. I
Exactly.
am a researcher. That is
I'm a
it."
learner
Yeah.
and sharer.
I research and I help you get information, but I am not a doctor apparently. But you hear the Lord, see the Lord, feel the Lord, the Holy Spirit talks to you, speaks to you through all of your senses. So that's a wonderful thing to do with somebody. I highly recommend it. Leah, what are some of your non-negotiable health practices? And when I say health, that is mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. What are some things that you just are certain to do?
Oh, my non-negotiable is not letting anger hold me for long. That's a non-negotiable. Anger, any angst or heavy negative feeling, it only gets a certain time limit in my life. It has no home here. It cannot even offer me rent. I do not accept, and I love a good coin. It cannot pay me to live in my body. I give time limits on negative feelings, and that I feel has served me in such a big way. And so I actually time the impact. If it's something real dramatic, maybe I give it 24 hours or 48 hours. If it's something that I consider not as huge on the spectrum of challenge, you only get an hour in my life, and then we're going to shift and we're going to find a way to shift it out, and I gotta physically do something that shifts it out. I sing loud. If you ever are looking in my house, I am either dancing, singing, twirling. I am
So
moving
true.
spirits out of me and calling in what I want to be in my body. And I am surrounding myself with beautiful people that have beautiful mindsets. So when my mindset is dipping, and I got a 24-hour time limit, then I'm around someone that pushes it out of me for me. And that is power in my life, because it when you hold hardship or anger, that's when the body starts to respond in very traumatic ways that you can't even imagine.